to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things. Not because they are easy, but because they are hard.
One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Hi, I'm the Casual Spaceman and welcome to my channel once again. Well, I thought I'd just do this quick video because I was looking through some videos on Elon Musk and SpaceX for a future video that I'm planning on coming soon, hopefully. And I came across a video amongst these searchers I thought would be quite good to have a little bit of a laugh at because that's what it is pretty laughable. And it's the fact that he just sounds so confident that he has busted Elon Musk, and you'll see why in a minute. So anyway, that's enough of me wittering on. Let's have a look at the video and let's see what you think. Okay, well this is the video in question. It's entitled Flat Earth, as if to suggest that this is proof of flat Earth. Elon spanked by dust. So apparently Elon Musk is being spanked by some dust. So when I came across it, of course, I had to have a look because it is a video about the recent Starhopper test, a test that I covered last week when it happened live. I'll put the link in the description below this video if you want to have a look, and also I'll put it in a card towards the end of the video as well. By a YouTuber by the name of Level Earth Observer. Okay, so yeah, he's one of them. So anyway, let's play some of the video and let's see what he's got to say about this particular test. Let's have a look.
We're going to have a quick look at this SpaceX Starhopper pantomime, and then we're going to highlight the obvious problems yet again.
Well, he says they're obvious problems, but there's no obvious problems. In fact, there's no problems at all, as you'll see in a little while. He's basically inventing a problem, or he's ignoring something, but that'll become obvious in a little while. Anyway, let's just carry on.
So have a quick look at this test launch. So this gigantic rocket, which is a hybrid of a silo and a water tower blended with a rocket, has just blasted off. It's created a massive amount of dust, okay?
Right, he bangs on about this being a hybrid water tank, water tower, okay? But the thing is, it doesn't need to look like anything else, and I would agree with him. It does look like a water tower, and the reason being is just that the actual main part of it, the main frame, was actually built by a water tower company, believe it or not. And the reason why it doesn't need to look like anything else is because it's just a test bed. That's all it is. It's going to lift off 150 meters. That's because the FAA wouldn't allow it to go any higher. They wanted to go up to 200 meters. And that's all it needs to do. It doesn't need to look like anything else. But he keeps banging on about what it looks like. But who cares? Because all it's doing is it's testing the Raptor engine, which is the most important element, the control systems that control the whole spacecraft, and the fuel pressure tanks. That's all it needs to do. So anyway, let's just carry on.
But here's the problem. You've got all the oxygen and gases coming out of the rocket. Enough energy, supposedly, to get this hybrid rocket silo water tower off the ground. Thus, it's created all this dust. But once it's in the air, strangely enough, the force or the energy of the gases coming out of the rocket have no effect on the dust cloud it's created.
You're going to see, actually, it does.
Very strange. It's almost as if the rocket's not really there.
I can't help but laughing at that point. I really can't. Yeah, he just thinks it's all fake and CGI, basically.
Let's have a look. So the energy coming out of the back of the rocket has absolutely no effect now upon these dust clouds below it.
Well, first of all, I mean, it's just lifted off, and as you can see from the direction of the exhaust, the engine is actually being gimbaled by the control systems. Okay, and as it stands at the moment, it's pretty much pointing right at the spot that it's just lifted off from. So don't really know what he expects to see, particularly with all this dust in the way. But anyway, just concentrate in a little while, just below the exhaust, around about this area, as it moves over here. And you'll see in this spot where he's actually wrong. So let's just play the video and let's just see.
Not one single bit of this dust cloud gets affected by the rocket or the energy coming out of the bottom of the rocket.
Yes, it does.
Enough energy to hold this giant hybrid water tower stroke silo stroke rocket up in the air. Bearing in mind the dust particles within the air, they're going to be heavier than the air. So the energy or gases coming out of the rocket would definitely have an effect upon the dust cloud. But it doesn't, as you're about to see. Doesn't affect it whatsoever.
Right, I don't know if you noticed that, but there's this area here where this little bit of dust here is pushed downwards. What's this hole that's suddenly been created in the dust? Oh, I wonder what that is. Anyway, let's just carry on, and I'll keep pointing it out to you because he's gonna rewind it anyway. So let's just have a look.
Let's just go back now, and I'll keep my mouth shut for a little bit.
Oh, please do. That's him buffering, not me, by the way.
Right, here we go. Just watch how the rocket and the gases coming out of the back of the rocket
Watch.
have absolutely no.
Right, watch my cursor, my mouse cursor. Just watch that, and I point out the area where it is affected. That he's either completely missed, or he's deliberately ignoring, and therefore lying to his audience.
Effect upon the dust cloud it's created.
I don't know if you saw that. I tell you what, I'm going to rewind it just to highlight it again because he's missed it, or he's ignoring it. There it is. You saw it yourself. Let's just see it again, just to be sure, because after all, we don't want to miss it, do we? And there it is. You could all see it yourselves. It's obvious. But the thing is that I think what he's actually failing to do is to understand how this engine's actually working, this rocket engine is actually working. Is that the rocket engine, the exhaust is coming out at such a high rate and also concentrated in such a small area. The best analogy I can give you, if you imagine your hose pipe and you put one of those attachments on it to actually give a concentrated stream, well, it's pretty much like that. And it needs to be for the way it works. So there it is, yep. Anyway, let's keep playing the rest of the video because he sounds so confident that he's busted it. He just really does. And he's just either completely missed the dust being affected by it, or he's lying.
Absolutely no effect whatsoever. It's almost as if someone's put in a CGI rocket silo water tower.
Here we go. Yeah, it had to come, didn't it? CGI. And there it is, CGI. Not that he provides any other than the only thing he's got is that he thinks it's not the rocket engine's not being affected by the dust, but it is. But I'll tell you what, if this is CGI, this dust is really real. It's really good CGI. It's probably the best CGI that I've ever seen in my entire life. And I've seen a lot of CGI because I do watch quite a bit of sci-fi movies. I really do. And a lot of movies about space and what have you. So, Gordon Bennett, if that's CGI, wow, that's pretty impressive.
Strange that, isn't it?
Not really, no.
I mean, look at the state of the thing.
And he laughs at the state of the thing. Well, I must admit, I do laugh as well, because it's amazing how such a thing that looks like that does actually fly. But like I explained, it doesn't need to look like anything else. It's all it is just testing an engine, control systems, and the pressure tanks. That's it. It doesn't need to look like anything else. Right, I'll just stop it there because I just want to point something out. Excuse me. As you can see, as it's coming into land, the engines are being gimbaled. Okay, so obviously to steer the test. I was going to spaceship, the test vehicle. And as it's coming into land, you can see it's at an angle. So as you can see, there's dust forming on one side, but not the other. As you can see that. So I'm just wondering, perhaps you can explain that. Why is that, do you think?
And already it's having a massive effect upon the dust, and it's quite high up in the air. But strangely enough, it had no effect upon the dust just now.
Well, I mean, it did have an effect on the dust, and it created a lot of dust when it took off. I mean, I don't really know what he expects. I mean, the exhaust that's coming out of that engine is coming out at a really high rate and highly concentrated. And it's not that high at the moment. It's probably around about less than half that its highest point. So yeah, there was a lot of dust being created when it was at that height earlier on, when after it lifted off. So I don't see any reason why not. Wow, is that all he's got, really?
As it rose above the dust cloud. No effect whatsoever.
Oh yes, it did, as I've already pointed it out.
It's almost as if it's been pasted in. Fucking terrible.
Almost, if I'll tell you what, if that's pasting in, as you think there's somebody sitting there with Photoshop and just posting things in, videos and things or something like that. Because like I tell you what, if this is CGI, it's really, really good CGI. Oh god.
So to clarify, this hybrid water tower, silo, stroke rocket prop.
There he is, mention it again, but this time he's put prop into it, just to sort of highlight why he thinks it's fake.
Created enough energy coming out the back of its rocket to lift off the ground, but that same amount of energy couldn't affect a dust cloud whatsoever.
Except though, mister, I just have. Because I've just busted your video. The whole premise of your video that the rocket engine is not affecting the dust cloud, well, it has, because I've just highlighted it. So you, my friend, are busted.
Now, if we were to look at this as an independent viewer, not choosing any side, just looking at the footage, I'd say this footage is fucking garbage and fake.
Notice how, as if you said, if we were an independent viewer, we were an independent viewer. As if, like, he and his followers are going to be independent viewers in this. They're always going to see what they want to see, or don't see what they don't want to see. This is what it's always going to be. There's a psychological condition for that, and I forget what it's called. Perhaps you can let me know in the comments as to what it is. Something resonance. I always forget what it is. So yeah. And there it is, gentlemen. ladies and gentlemen. He's just seeing what he wants to see, or what he doesn't want to see. Or he's either seen it, or he's lying. I'm beginning to think actually he's lying, he's being dishonest. But as I've said, I've just busted what he was so confident, wasn't he, in this video that he had busted Elon Musk with dust, and I've just pointed out quite easily, very very easily in fact, that he's wrong.
I'd also say this rocket is a total piss take, as they blended a farm silo, a water tower, and a rocket to try and bend your imagination into believing absurdities like this.
Right, is he almost at that point he's implying that this thing was built and tested and launched for the sole purpose to bend our imaginations, just for our benefit, just to keep the lie alive as he thinks it is. Do you really think that this money is going to be spent on doing these kind of tests just to convince you, or to show, or for you to show that it's all CGI and it's all fake? Do me a favour, pal. Seriously, is this all you've got? Because this video was weak and laughable. You sound so confident, so confident, and that's what just makes me laugh at this whole thing. And you know, I noticed it when I played this video the first time. I noticed it straight away, the dust cloud being affected by the engine immediately. But you couldn't. But either that, or you're lying to your viewers. But I hope your viewers see this. I really do. So if you've got a response to this video, Mr. Level Earth Observer, then please go ahead, because I'll just bust the next one open as well. Anything to do with launches or anything like that. Pretty weak argument, I'm afraid. Let's just see these last words.
Absolute fucking joke.
Well, that's it. Oh, we had Bob the Science Guy coming up. So, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Busted. So simple. Anyway, that's enough from me. I'll put a link to the original video in the description, and also a link to the live stream that I covered for this particular launch also in the video, but in the description below. So anyway, that's enough from me. I'm your host, the Casual Spaceman, signing out.
We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard.
One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.